Hey, Kyle.
Hey, Will.
Say, what can you tell me about creativity?
Lots. Did you know that cognitive scientists have been studying creativity for decades?
No. So they must have made a lot of progress in figuring out where creativity comes from, right?
Actually, they haven't come as far as you might expect. But before we get into the different theories of creativity, we should first define what we mean when we say creativity. Creativity has to involve the production of something new. If the creative work is new to the individual who created it, that is called psychological creativity, or P creativity. If the work is new to the culture as a whole, that is called historical creativity, or H creativity.
I think I get it. So an idea can only be H creative once, but it can be P creative many more times after that.
Right. Besides that, there are 4 criteria for creative thinking. The first is that the result of the creativity has novelty or value, either for the individual or for the society. The second is that the thinking involves rejecting or making changes to the status quo. The third is that there is lots of motivation and persistence involved. And the fourth is that the initial problem was open-ended.
Okay. So what do researchers know about where creativity comes from and how it works?
They don't know anything for sure, but I can tell you about 4 theories on how it works. The first is called investment theory. It states that creative thinkers treat their ideas the way investors treat stocks. They buy low and sell high.
What does that mean?
It means that they go after unpopular ideas even though there may be resistance to them, and their persistence pays off when those ideas eventually gain popularity. The theory also says that creativity is a conscious choice. You have to choose to come up with new ideas, or at least choose to be open to them.
That makes sense. So what are some of the other theories of creativity?
The next one is called the systems theory. It states that creativity is a system with 3 components: domain, field, and person. The domain is the set of symbolic rules or procedures that are generally agreed upon. The field represents the set of individuals who are in control of the domain, like critics or curators. The person is the individual who takes the rules of the domain and creates new ideas or patterns.
So systems theory says that the creative value of an idea is determined by the field rather than being intrinsic to the idea itself.
Right. That is where systems theory differs from the other theories.
So what is the third theory of creativity?
That one is called the nothing special position. This theory says that creativity is just a side effect of problem solving, and that it is not a unique form of cognition. In other words, creativity is nothing special.
If creativity were nothing special, it seems like we would have a better understanding of it by now. So what is the fourth theory of creativity?
It is called the states of mind theory. It posits that there are 2 distinct forms of thought: associative and analytical. We come up with new ideas in associative mode when we take advantage of the associative nature of our memories. The memories activated in associative mode are then refined and evaluated in analytical mode. A creative thinker will switch back and forth between the 2 modes when coming up with new ideas.
That sounds like a pretty solid theory.
Regardless of which theory you choose to accept, studies have also identified some important traits that have an impact on creativity.
What are they?
The first one is intelligence. Being highly intelligent can make a person more creative, but a person with lower intelligence can be just as creative by having some of the other traits in abundance.
And what are the other traits?
Independence is an important one. Being creative usually requires going against the mainstream, so a creative person can't be afraid to be independent and bold. Another trait is motivation or persistence. A good creative thinker won't give up the first time something doesn't work out as planned. Finally, flexibility in thinking is important. Someone who prefers to think in new ways is more likely to create new things.
That makes a lot of sense. Well, Kyle, thanks for all the great information on creativity. Even though scientific research hasn't completely unraveled its mysteries, I feel like I know a lot more about it than I did just a few minutes ago.